Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
The Sukhoi 33 NATO reporting name Flanker D is an all-weather carrier-based twin-engine air superiority fighter designed by Sukhoi. Compared to the Sukhoi 27, the Sukhoi 33 has many improved features, such as a strengthened undercarriage and structure, folding wings and stabilizers. Also, the Sukhoi 33's wings are larger than that of the Sukhoi 27 for increased lift. Another feature you may notice on the Sukhoi 33 is the addition of the canards. Canards were added for a number of reasons, the principal one being that they reacted to the pitch-down forces generated by the aircraft's leading edge and trailing edge flaps. Their addition reduced the aircraft's approach speed, lowered the drag caused by pitch trim, and improved short takeoff performance. All of which were very important as the Sukhoi 33 was designed primarily to operate from the Kuznetsov carrier, which had ski jumps, necessitating good short takeoff characteristics. Canards also vastly increase control surface area and often increase the critical angle of attack of the wings as the canards direct air towards the leading edge of the wings. They can also be designed to operate independently, that means counter-rotate, thus also acting like ailerons. Canards are not a requirement, and they can have disadvantages, including reduced pilot visibility, increased mechanical complexity and fragility, and increased radar signature. Although radar cross-section can be reduced by controlling the canard's deflection throughout flight using control software, as is done in the Eurofighter. The Sukhoi 33 Flanker D was also designed with supermaneuverability in mind. The key difference between a pure aerodynamic fighter and a supermaneuverable one is generally found in its post-stall characteristics. Thus, supermaneuverability is the capability of an aircraft to execute maneuvers with high angles of attack beyond maximum lift. The concept of supermaneuverability was researched in detail by the United States Air Force, which even went so far as to create concept aircraft. But nonetheless, supermaneuverability was abandoned by the US as counterproductive to beyond visual range engagements, as the idea was that supermaneuverable maneuvers left the aircraft in a state of near zero energy, which in effect is a death sentence in beyond visual range. Russia did not fully agree with the idea of dropping supermaneuverability, and it thus became standard in all of Russia's 4th and 5th generation aircraft. It's important to note that the flight computers of Russian aircraft need to be disengaged to allow the aircraft to become supermaneuverable. Therefore, it is optional to the pilot to use supermaneuverability to bleed off all of his energy or not, depending on the situation he or she is faced with. The concept of supermaneuverability remains a controversial one, with some people claiming it's useless and others claiming it has a time and a place. Well, let's go ahead and test it out and see what conclusions we can draw. Alright guys, so we're here in the Sukhoi 33. We're going to be fighting a Hornet. The Hornet being one of the more maneuverable NATO aircraft when it comes to one-circle fighting, high AOA kind of stuff. And we're going to pitch it against the Su-33 here today, flown by Longshot in the F-18, me obviously in the Sukhoi 33. And we're going to see what the supermaneuverability offers us here today into the merged one circle. And he's out in front. And I think I can put guns on him. Oh my god. He just ejected right there. Dude, that was insane. Yeah, so if you could time the supermaneuverability thing and hit the Cobra button on time, you can do some damage. That Hornet's still flying, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish him off here, even though it's got no pilot. Fox 2. Splash 1 Hornet. So didn't even need the high off boresight missiles that time. Finished him off with guns. He's not gonna be happy about that one for sure. So last round went pretty well. I'm still kind of laughing about that. But yeah, so I can already kind of see the problems with Supermaneuverability. I can see that the first turn, it's pretty huge in my advantage. But after that, I can tell that I'm going to be too slow to really do anything if I fail to kill him in the first turn. So I kind of see what the States was saying about, you know, leaving yourself near zero, and it's not really as advantageous as you might think. Especially in BVR, it doesn't make any sense. So, you know, we'll see here as he learns to, as Longshot here, learns to merge with me. There's the merge. At the lock, and too much separation for him. Fox 2, Splash 1 Hornet. There you go. You can see he tried something a little bit different there, but, you know, he did save himself from the guns, but, you know, then there's the high off bore side archer. Alright, but you can tell he's learning, so we'll see what the next round. Can we just take a minute to appreciate how beautiful DCS is now in 2.7 with these clouds? It's so stunning. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, the AIM-9X in DCS, we did a video a little while ago talking about the you know, updates that ED did to the 9X, made it more dangerous. The flight path is a little bit smoother, which actually allows the missile to turn a little tighter. We discovered that jamming the WES was going to be between 1,600 feet separation in order to achieve that. I fear that the 9X is now very superior to the R-73, so, you know, it could definitely be problematic for me if he survives the first turn and he's able to jam the WES. I think he's got a higher probability of kill there than I do. Into the merge again. That's a much better merge for the Hornet. Oof. I didn't even manage to get a missile off here. Block. Fox 2. Oof. Alright, see, I'm already feeling it. I'm too slow to really keep up with him here. Oh! That 9X was close. And look at him, he's getting some real nice turns around me here. That missile looks like it's gonna go wide. What? No. What? Alright, let's go. Dude, that 9X looked like it was gonna go around me. They really did upgrade them, I guess. That was weird. So I had a look at the replay for the last round, and it seems that the 9X has some teleportation technology that was previously classified that ED has now added to the 9X, I guess. I don't really know what to make of that last round. I think he would have got me anyway, let's be fair. He still had 2 more 9Xs, and he was moving more and more into a superior position. I could clearly see losing cues, especially when we got into the deck transition. I was going to be slow, so there's the merge. Oof. Fox 2. His 9X didn't track either. Fox 2 again. No track on that one. And you see how much I'm struggling. If I don't kill him in the first turn, I just don't have the energy to continue the fight in a good way. Come on, come on. You see, there's those losing cues again. That 9X almost had me there. Watch this. Let's see. There you go. Those are some pretty serious losing cues. Oh, great. Oh, yeah, there it is. Alright, nice. Oh, no, there's no ejecting from this. Alright guys, so here we go with the tac view, me and the red Sukhoi 33, long shot in the blue F-18. Here we go into the merge, and there's the lead turn. And so look at this turn degrees a second from the Sukhoi. .36 is the highest I saw there, 36 point something. 36.2 a second, which is pretty impressive here. Oh, we'll keep that because that'll show us the WES. And so you can see the Supermaneuverability is really nice, especially if the Hornet, you know, messes up his merge even slightly. You do end up with a pretty serious advantage. But as long as the Hornet can jam the WES, which isn't too hard if he can time his lead turn correctly, even if you end up with nose on, you can't get a missile off because the WES is jammed anyway. So it's a really nice way for the Hornet to take away the advantage of the Su-33. And so once that first turn is passed, you can see that my energy state is way too low. I'm at 20 Mach 2.3 with the nose down now for a little while. And still way too close for any of these missiles to have any kind of effective, you know, track on the Hornet. Luckily for me, the Hornet is in the same situation here. None of his 9Xs can hit me because the WES is jammed. So there's that missile. You can see they're just not tracking. However, as we move down to the ground, you can see. Oh yeah, this is yes. This is the one where the missile. Okay, so as we're going down to the ground, you can see I have to dump my nose pretty significantly here to gain some energy back, as I'm preparing for the deck transition in a couple more turns. However, dumping that nose like that opens up the angles for the Hornet. So I think if this had continued, the Hornet would have won. But looking at this here, look at this missile. Even TacView thinks that it's not correct. And you know, we did experiments with the 9X. This should be a jammed WES. We have a long shot to me. Come on. What's going on here? There we go. It's 1,000 feet. 1,081 feet. It should be around 1,600 is where the AIM-9X should be hitting the target. Inside of that, the WES should be jammed. And you can see here at 1,000 feet, that 9X, and it does the teleportation thing. Like, I wonder, at first I thought maybe it's a desync issue, but it doesn't make sense with the WES. Like, that 9X should not have hit the target anyway. And if you remove the labels and you look at that flight path, like, this thing should be ending up, you know, going around me like all the other ones did. I think. I don't know. I've never seen a 9X in a nose-to-nose fight hit something at 1,000 feet. Like, that seems really tight. So, and then, you know, we got the issue of the teleportation. And you can see here, even from this flight path, that doesn't look like it's gonna, you know, all of a sudden do a turn like this to hit me anyway. This looks like it's going like this. And remember, I'm coming in the entire time. So by the time it crosses here, I'm over here. Like, that 9X would have to do a turn like this in order to hit me. So, very, very strange behavior from the 9X there. We may have just discovered a bug of some kind. Alright guys, but that's my conclusion for, you know, the Supermaneuverability thing. It looks really cool. It is difficult for the, you know, other aircraft, because that first turn, it's hard to really jam this opportunity for the Sukhoi in this situation. But if you can do it, then he's pretty much defenseless because he's lost all of his airspeed and he's completely defensive after that. Alright guys, so that's going to be the video for today. Thank you for watching, and a big thank you to Longshot for helping out with this video. Don't forget to check out his channel. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.